Okay, so let's get started. By the end of today's session, you must be able to identify and describe 3 types of weathering. You must be able to recognize some of the evidence of weathering in rock samples. You should be able to name some of the 3 main types of weathering, and you could explain the 3 types of weathering and how these are caused. Biological weathering. That's the first weathering we're looking at. This can be caused by plants and animals. Physical weathering. This can be caused by weather and other physical processes. And chemical weathering. This is caused by chemical reactions. Weathering is the breakdown of rock in situ. That means the rock is literally being broken down in the place where it stands. Erosion, which we will come on and look at next lesson, is about wearing away of the rocks by abrasive materials, usually transported pieces of weathering rocks. As they move along, they get banged and hit. Weathering, which we're looking at today, is when the rock gets broken down exactly where it stands by different things happening to it. Tim and Moby.
Now, here's Tim and Moby. What is weathering? From Melissa. Yes, I bet weathering is responsible for those cracks. Weathering is the process that breaks down rocks into fragments and eventually sediments. Soil formation depends on sediments and weathering, and those same bits make up sedimentary rocks. Weathering can even change the Earth's surface over time. Mechanical weathering breaks down rocks without changing their chemical composition. Forces like growing plants, expanding ice, lightning, and mineral crystal growth can all cause mechanical weathering. Plant roots grow into the cracks of rocks where they can find water and nutrients. When these roots get big enough, they'll force the concrete apart. Ice can do the same thing. In cold weather, water freezes and forces rocks apart, creating all sorts of pressure. Then it gets warm and that ice melts, leaving deep cracks and making the rock weaker. Chemical weathering happens when water, air, or other substances react with the minerals in rocks, soil, and building materials to change their chemical composition. When water reacts with the carbon dioxide in the air, it makes carbonic acid. Carbonic acid reacts with the calcite in limestone. Over thousands of years, an entire cave like this can form from chemical weathering. Ah! I'm ready to go. What about you? I think you better find another place to skateboard.
Okay, so let's have a look at some of these in more detail. The first one we're going to look at is freeze-thaw weathering. Now in this example, we have a crack in a rock, and the crack starts to fill up with water from the rain. When it becomes cold, the water turns to ice. Ice expands, which actually causes the rock to be pushed out. When it becomes warm again, the ice melts away, and the crack refills with water. This happens time and time again, until eventually the rock can't take any more pressure from the ice and it breaks off. Freeze-thaw weathering. Next one, chemical weathering. Now this is acid rain, and it involves actually dissolving some of the rocks. For example, limestone doesn't do very well with acid at all. It will just completely melt away. So we can see the rock started here, but is now dissolved all the way down to here. It only happens with acidic rain, but it can happen over time. And the last one, biological. Let's watch the biological weathering carefully. We have a tree, its roots are growing. It is carefully going in between cracks in the rocks, but then it actually expands. Its roots get bigger, which causes the rock in between to break, crack, and be destroyed. So, let's see how we've done. You should be able to recognize some evidence of weathering in rock samples. You should be able to name the 3 main types of weathering, and you could explain the 3 types of weathering and how they are caused. If you can't, re-listen to the video. If you can, I'll see you next lesson.